Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Manmeet Kaur, and the person I'm working with is Homa. We are making the game. We are making the presentation about the Abenakis people. So basically, we divided into three parts. First of all, we are presenting. About the Abenakis people, about their tradition, about their art, and after that, the Homa will be presenting about the symbols of the Abenakis people and what's the importance of the symbol and what are the main components presenting in the symbol. And for the last part, we are presenting the game to you, through which you can know more about the Abenakis people and what they are about. So first of all, the word Abenaki comes from the word people from the east, and their tradition includes various parts of the Quebec and some parts of the England as well. Basically, this region divides their people into two parts, which is the Western Abenaki and the Eastern Abenaki. And if I'm talking about the history, their culture includes most their fishermen, fisher people, hunter person, and the farmers. And after that, if I'm talking about the tradition, you can see their tradition in their museums as well. Basically, they use fancy clothes and the fancy cap to present their religion. Basically, they focus more towards their creativity by representing their role play. For them, the nature is more important word. By presenting the nature, by presenting the means of nature in their role play, they can communicate with the people and they try to pass it to generation to generation. Okay, so after this, my friend Homa will be there to represent you the symbol of the Abenakis people and what's the impact of them in their life. Start.
Hello everyone. I would like to talk about the symbol of Abenakis people. Abenakis people usually use national material in order to make their symbols in totem poles. Usually they use, for example, tree trunk and carve the symbol on the trees. They have four main symbols, which include eagle, bear, otter, and turtle. The first symbol was eagle. It is a very sacred, spiritual being for Abenakis people. In fact, eagle plays at the top of all creature, and they, according to Abenakis people, eagle can lead them to the creator, and also eagle guard the eastern gate and carries their prayer to the heaven. Another symbol was bear. Bear was the symbol of protection and medicine. Usually bear stands at the western gate and provide people with medicine. Another symbol is otter. Otter is playful and remind Abenakis people to be mindful and careful in their relationship, not to be tricked in the situation, to lose their unity and solidarity. And also the last symbol is turtle. Turtle is the symbol of Mother Earth. And also, according to Abenakis people, it is the symbol of Abenakis turtle clan, which was living along the lake Champlain basin.
So for the third part, we are presenting our game. So we choose this specific portion to presenting our materials for this game. First of all, our correct, or we can say that appropriate age group for this game is 5 years. And you can see that we have two teams, which is team A, which is the western gate, and team B, which is eastern gate. The reason behind choosing these two teams is related to the Abenakis culture, because as I told earlier that these Abenakis people divided into two groups, which is western gate and eastern gate. And after that there will be some materials that I'm presenting you, but this material is all natural, so we don't go to any of the store to buy this material. It is all from our house. And so first of all, this is basically a dried leaves. You can see that there will be a different pattern and shape. There will be like a yellow color, and there will be some pink color leaves to decorate the totem. And after that we use this cleaning sticks. So this can also be used for the decorating accessories. We have different colors of this, and obviously for the sketch pens and this scissor. And the other thing is for the scissor. Scissor is some concern is little bit dangerous as well. So like if the child is using scissor as an educator or as a substitute educator, this is your responsibility to observe the children whether he or she is using the scissor correctly or not. And after that there will be different kind of sketch pens and the paintbrush to paint the totem. And there will be a pine, different kinds of pine. Basically we have two big pines, and after that we have these small pines you can see to decorate the totem. And after we have the feather. We have different types of feather, but we got this feather from outside, so we choose this one, the black and the white or the gray one. And these shells are basically the concern for the safety and health point for the children, but we can use this. Like the reason is, like you have to just observe and supervise the children whether they don't throw each other the stones, because if they play with the stones then it will be dangerous for them. And after that there will be this accessories to decorate the eagle eye. Basically we can use this to decorate, but this is natural, this is not an artificial one. So we can use the glue, and we put that colored paper as well to cover the totem. And beside these two we have other material as well to decorate, but things should be considered that all these should be natural, because most of the Abenakis people they prefer natural materials instead of using artificial one.
Okay, for this play, we divide the children in two groups. Each group contains 5 native and non-native children. And we name the groups Western Gate and Eastern Gate. Because as Manmeet told you, according to Abenakis, they were two groups of people which was living in eastern and western part of the area. And then accordingly we place the groups in two different sides of the room, western and eastern, and then we place the material at the center of the room. So first of all we shows the posture, the posters to the children, and explain them about the different symbols. And it is a very good idea to put it in the wall and install the poster in the wall, so the children can observe the pictures when they are doing their task. For this we shows the posters to the children and ask them to make their own totem pole using national material. For this play, we consider some rule and regulation. As they are 5 years old children, we consider 25 minutes for this activity, because otherwise they may, if we consider longer time for this activity, they may lose their concentration in the activity. Another regulation, talking about the regulation, the group that finish the task sooner than the specified time, they would be winner. And also, as I mentioned, all the groups should use national materials in order to make their own totem pole. And also the groups which use the less material would be winner. Another rule is that at the end of the task, the educator should evaluate the children's totem pole according to the skills, creativity, and appearance, and evaluate them according to the skills that they use during the task. Finally, the children will come up with a different good idea. By this way, by designing this task, we aim to encourage children to think out of the box and make their own totem pole in addition to the understanding they gain during the activity from the Abenakis culture. At the end of the task, the children will come up with a different good idea and they will produce different artworks such this. I think that it would be very useful activity to be implemented in the daycare situation. Thank you.
So basically, to conclude our game, as I mentioned that there will be two teams and there will be native and non-native person as well. So it will be better for the children who are non-native to aware about the culture and the knowledge. And as Oma has already shown the final, this is not the final product, but you can modify it. The children can modify it according to their needs and the desire. So they can use, you can see that all the materials are the natural materials, and you can use the leaves as well instead of these eyes and something. And basically our main game, our main aim is to represent the game is not for competing each other, is just to aware about the tradition and the artistic skills about the Abenakis people, and what they do generally with these materials when they gather, and what form of communication they use. So as an educator or as a substitute educator, if we are replacing both, if I'm replacing and if I want Oma to give my rules, so I can easily show this to Oma so that she can easily explain to the children about the game, about the rules and regulations. So thank you so much.